Well, good morning, farmers.
Well, hello, farmers.
You know what it is? It is October. I love October. It's flying by already, isn't it? Because it is PSAT time. It is such a great time because you get to start getting ready for tests.
Yes.
Because the rest of your life about tests. Had to take a test to be a principal. Miss Jones had to take a test to do all her college stuff.
Yep.
You have to take a test to be an accountant, lawyer, teacher, everything pretty much. So it's important that you develop good test-taking skills because it is a skill that you will need. So that's what we're going to talk to you about today. What to expect on the PSAT, why it's important to do your best, and then just things to remember because we don't want you to leave the test and feel like, I just want you to leave going, okay.
I'm ready for the next time.
I mean, I'm going to be better next time. Yes. Or for you to leave going, yes,
I got this.
I might be the smartest human being alive. I kind of doubt you're going to leave feeling that way when you're in 9th or 10th grade.
Yeah.
But you might.
But you might.
I know I never did, possible. But you might. So let's kind of talk about what's going to happen when the test is, what you can expect, and why it's important you do your best. I have to get my little fancy smancy red glasses out because Miss Flores is old, and I need them to read.
And Miss Jones has hers on because she's smart enough to wear them all the time.
So Miss Jones, start us off. Tell us about it.
Let me tell you the first thing. That PSAT, you know what it stands for? It stands for pre-SAT because that SAT test is the one that you're going to need to go to college. Colleges say, I want to know what your SAT score is. So the PSAT is basically to get you ready, get you prepared, get you set for National Merit Scholars. It's also, colleges are looking for this. And so our goal here at Ms. Flores is actually one of the only schools that I know that pay for 9th graders to take this test because most other districts find it actually strange that she does that. But for us, we do what's necessary for you guys to be successful. So we pay for the 9th graders to take the test, and then all the 10th graders in the district make sure that they get paid for. So I kind of want to talk about why it's important. You know, we have this thing we call WIP, which is what's your plan. You've seen posters around. The counselors have called you in. You've talked about it. And part of your plan is to get ready for whatever choice you want. So there's 4 choices that you have, and one of those happens to be college. Whether it's a 2-year college or whether it's a 4-year college. And so we take this test serious for that. And so on this particular test, the colleges will not necessarily see your score on this test, but this is setting you up and getting you ready because you're going to take it again in the 11th grade, and then it gets really serious at that point because that's when we start deciding who's making National Merit Scholars, who's not making National Merit Scholars, who's going to get to go to what colleges. And do I need to take it again? How many more times do I need to take it? And so it's basically what they call a scholarship test. So you have 3 sections there. You got a reading section, you got a math section, one's with a calculator, one's without a calculator, but it's still all called the math section. And then you have this writing/editing. Not that you're writing an essay, this editing section, okay? Now, some things that I want to talk about is guess. Because you don't lose any points. There's no penalty for guessing. So if you're unsure about something, don't sit there. If it's a hard question, you're like, I have no idea what this is. Guess on the question and let's move on. Because it's timed and you won't have time to play around with it. Okay? This is really important what I'm about to tell you, so I need you to focus. Mark in your test book because we're going to give you the test book back. Now, of course, the key is that you put your name on it and your teacher's name according to the instructions. But I need you to mark in that test book so that when that test comes back, because the scores won't come back until January, and you won't remember what was I doing with number 2. You'll know because you'll see on there. So mark in your test book. I had no idea what this question was. I guessed on it. So when it comes back, you already know. I guessed on that one. Woo, look, I got it right. I guessed on that one. I guess I need to study that because I didn't do well on that. That's important. Process of elimination is important. If you look at a question and you kind of got an idea, eliminate a couple answers and then go to the part you know. But what I don't want you to do is sit and ponder and think, oh my gosh, what is it? What is it? Process of elimination, and let's move on, okay? For your reading section, all right, you're going to go through, find the passage, find the one you like. Find one that you think is interesting. Read that one first because that gets you in the mood for reading. Okay? If you don't like to read about science, don't read that one first. Okay? Read a different one first because you'll have different varieties to choose from. In math, there are diagrams all over the place in math. And so that's going to be super important for you that you pay attention to the diagrams and use them to answer your questions. Now, this right here is key. Y'all have never heard this before, and I'm going to tell you right now. Miss Words, who is absolutely amazing, told me this. On test day is not the day to read the directions. You will have all kind of information. You can go to College Board, you have a PSAT little trial book, read the directions before the test. Because you don't want to waste time. Who wants to waste time reading directions that you already could know in advance? Okay? So go ahead, you got these practice tests, go ahead and read the direction. You know on the English section, it's going to say da-da-da-da-da. On the math section, it's going to tell me this, this, and this. I'm already ready. I can just get started as soon as the teacher finishes. And then, you know, I told you, do all of your easy ones first, particularly for that math section. Do the ones you know quick, get those done, and then come back and do the rest of them. And then when you're just unsure, what did I say do? Absolutely. You just guess, because you're not going to lose anything. Now, this is really important. That email address that you put on your answer document, your score is going to go there. You will get them in your email address before we even see them. So I want you to make sure that email address is correct. It's the one you open, the one you use, the one you look at all the time. So as soon as they come out, you'll get them quickly.
So I can put my personal or my school?
You could put either one. But I want you to put the one that you check on the regular.
Okay. So from the College Board website, what is the PSAT? It measures what you learn in high school and what you need to succeed in college. So there is no secret study guide. You know, they say the number one thing you can do to be ready for the PSAT, read.
Read.
Read, read, and read.
Mm-hmm.
They say you should read 20 minutes a day,
yes.
unconditionally. If you're not doing that, it's the best thing you could do to build your vocabulary and writing skills.
Mm-hmm.
I know your English teachers have taught you about this.
Yes.
So even when you're not in English anymore, you need to continue to do, quote, SSR. Read
yes.
on your own. Get books you love. So the best way to prepare, take challenging courses, which a lot of you are. I'm so
yes.
proud of our kids that take pre-AP courses and AP courses.
Set the plan.
Do your homework, prepare for tests and quizzes, and ask a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Ask and answer. In short, take charge of your education. Best way you could prepare for
yes.
the PSAT. You know the other thing, Ms. Jones, and we hesitate to tell you this or not, but we're always honest with you.
Yes.
The Texas Education Agency is waffling. When you waffle on something,
I might do it, I might
not. I might go out with you Friday, I might not. I'm waffling on it. They're waffling on whether they're going to let you count this score and take away a STAR test mm-hmm. for it.
If they decide to continue what they're doing right now, such as if you make a high enough score, your English 1, you could be out of English 1, or you could be out of algebra, or you could be out of both, okay, depending on your score. If they keep that going, yay you, fantastic. If they don't, it's okay, because you'll still learn a lot from this. So this is why we want you to take it serious. But the point is, there is a possibility, and that's good enough for me.
Absolutely. I like a chance.
Yes.
So there's a chance you could not have to take the STAR test.
English 1 and algebra, only those two.
For 9th graders.
Yes.
So take it seriously, do your best. Yes. We just don't want to make you a pinky swear
right.
that it's going to happen because we don't know where it's out of our control. And then we have Miss Blanton, who is working with some of y'all
yes.
through RTI. She was a teacher here before, and she tutors and had a PSAT club yes. here before. So I want her to talk to you about some resources that can help you prepare for the PSAT. Yes. So I'm going to turn it over to Miss Blanton.
One of the number one things I recommend for students that want to be successful on the PSAT or SAT is to use the Khan Academy app. They also have a website if you don't want to get the app. It's khanacademy.org. What's great about Khan Academy is you can link your results from the previous year that you took the test, and it will create a personalized study plan for you. I'm talking interactive practice questions, hints, videos, lessons, and all of this is based on how you did on the previous year. So if you haven't taken the PSAT before and you're thinking, well, how do I get a personalized plan? Do your best this year, because then you can link those scores to Khan Academy and get personalized practice for next year. Collegeboard.org is super helpful. You can find what's on the test and other helpful info, like what you should do after you get your scores back. Because what you do with it this year is maybe different than what you do with your scores next year, or when you're a junior or a senior. And then finally, you guys received a grade test booklet, a practice booklet in your advisory. You can use that to get ready. I guess not finally, there's one more thing. You can find a book like this I think you can find them at Walmart for like $15, $16. You should be able to find something like this if you're needing more practice. But you don't need to spend money. You have free resources. khanacademy.org.
So what do you bring on October 10th? You need to bring 2 number 2 pencils, always number 2.
No mechanical. Even if the mechanical says number 2. And their teachers will have these, so if you have mechanical, they're going to trade you for these exact ones. I've got them out the box.
When you go and take it, you can't take mechanical
They
either?
make you do these.
Did not know this. Okay, good to know. An approved calculator, or we will let you use ours, right?
Yep, and these are 2. You get this TI 83, and you get the Inspire. These are approved.
These are for 10th graders, these are for 9th graders, am I right? Because a lot of our 9th graders haven't had algebra yet, so we always give you these.
Yes.
So even if 9th graders, if you're used to these now, guess what? You're going to use these. Because we don't have enough of these for everybody, so our 10th graders get them first.
Yes.
That's just the way it works in life, but that's okay.
You'll be there next year.
Oh, goodness.
Here it is.
Here it is.
Here it is.
You know how we talked about that student ID? Here's one of those times. You're going to have to make sure you have it. And you're going to have to prove who you are when you go take the SAT also.
Oh, gosh, yes.
So bring your ID to make sure you're you.
Yep, that's me.
Yep, with the picture.
Yes.
What not to bring. Any devices. Ooh, including smartwatches.
Yes.
So no smartwatches. You can't bring anything that records, transmits, receives, play audios, photographic, text, video, etc. No protractors, compasses, or rulers. No highlighters, colored pens, colored pencils. No pamphlets or papers of any kind. No dictionaries. There's no exceptions. Even if English is not your first language. Interesting. And also interesting.
Very.
No food or drinks, including bottled water, unless your school has approved these. As a testing disability. So are you telling me that when I go take the SAT as a junior, I can't have water either? I didn't know this. So you have to have an ID with a picture, and you're going to have to die of thirst.
Yes.
No water. During the test, you'll be allowed to have these items only. Obviously no water. We know this to be true. A test book. An answer sheet. 2 number 2 pencils with erasers, not mechanical. And an approved a calculator. During one of the math sections only.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
Now, let me give you some logistics. Okay. For my PSAT 8-9, 9th graders, listen up. Remember I told you about your section, you have 3 sections. The reading sections, there are 55 minutes in the reading section, and you have 42 questions. So in 55 minutes, you're going to answer 42 questions in addition to reading the passages. This is why you don't have time to play. Okay? The writing and language, this is editing sections. Listen to this. You have 30 minutes and 40 questions. Now let's just do the math. That's less than a minute per question.
For math?
We're not playing around. That's for writing. Writing. 30 minutes, 40 questions, because you're editing really fast. Okay? Now you have 2 sections for math. There's a section where you cannot use the calculator. Okay, you have 20 minutes, 13 questions. And then there's a section where you can use the calculator, okay, 40 minutes, 25 questions. Now listen, you don't have to memorize this because I'm going to put all this on the website, okay? So it'll all be on the website for you. It's going on the website. It'll be there by the time you watch this video. So I just need you to know your 3 sections, reading, writing, math, okay? And writing is serious. That's that editing part. Now, 10th graders, you're ready. Listen up. You have a reading section also. 60 minutes, 47 questions. Then your writing section, you have 35 minutes, 44 questions. Here we go again. Less than 1 minute per question on that section. Okay? And then you have a math section. The part with no calculator, you have 25 minutes for 17 questions. And then the part you can use a calculator, you have 45 minutes, 31 questions. And when I say these minutes are to the second, they are to the second. When it's over, there's no going back. So let's just say, hey, I'm really smart in math and I finished my math section and I want to go back and look at my writing or my reading section. You cannot do that. Okay? Once the time is over, it's over. That's it. Let's say you get done and you want to start ahead on the next section. You cannot do that either. You only have this amount of time for this section. Okay?
First of all, I want to say that I'm very proud of you, 9th grade, if you signed up.
Yes. Wow.
Because I want to say this. When I hear all this is what I think as a 50-year-old person. Man, I'm glad I'm not taking that test anymore. That's a lot, isn't it?
It is.
But we did it. We've all taken these tests. And I don't want it to scare you because the more you do something, the easier it gets.
Yes.
There was a time you used to not walk when you were a baby. And you probably pulled yourself up first and then you fell. Now you walk. Everything in life was hard at first. So 9th graders, this is not going to be easy. But that's okay. You're going to go, man, I did it. I stepped out. I did it. So I'm proud of you for trying. And know it gets easier. And know that you're going to guess. So watch your time. Those last minute, you're going to bubble fast as you can.
Yes.
And kind of mark in your book. Started guessing right here. So you know. Even if you don't think you're going to go to college, like right now you're saying, I'm not going to go to no college.
Get a job.
I know I can't afford it right now. Guys, never say that. Because there is a lot of money out there.
Yes.
And as you move up, Maine's going to work with you on applications. Erica's going to work with you on scholarships. There's money if you want to go to college.
Yes.
So I don't want you to worry about the money. I want you to start getting ready, okay? So even if you don't want to, you prepare as if you might. Because what you don't want to do is not be ready and then decide you want to. So proud of you.
Even if you go to military. My brother went to the military and then decided to go to college.
My brother too.
And guess what he had to do? Take a test.
Yep. My brother's now getting his master's in the Air Force and really he's about to graduate. Really, really proud of him. And he's an officer. A great way to get your free college education. So you know to guess. You know to mark all your stuff in your book. Make sure that email is correct. And then another thing I just want to throw out there is we have summer classes. Miss Wertz teaches them here in the summer. They're very reasonable. I've had kids take them twice, and they said the second time their scores went up a lot. Like the first time you kind of take it in.
Right.
Again, everything gets easier the more you do it. The more, when I was a teacher, my second year I was a better teacher than my first year.
Right.
Same with being a principal. The second and third year I was a principal, I got a little better at it. I still don't know if after 15 years I'm good at it, but it's okay.
But you're better than the first year. That's all that
I'm
matters.
still trying. I'm still trying. But you get better each year. So keep trying. Keep doing things. The other thing I want to say is a lot of people, as they start preparing for college, they will take the SAT, and there's another test called the ACT. And they test some different skills. ACT has a science component also. And from every college admissions office I've talked to, they say to take both and see what you're better at.
And then keep taking that one.
And then to keep taking that one, because colleges will take, both. And so that's just good advice. So I know y'all are going to do great.
Yes.
All I ask is that you give it your all. Mark up that test booklet, because you're going to want to see your work.
With your
Make
name
little
on it.
notes. So good luck. Do great. We're proud of you. And looking forward to you getting the scores back and being proud of yourself for trying, no matter what, right?
Absolutely.
So good luck, farmers.
All right, bye,
do
farmers.
great.